Hello everybody, Northern Hero here. How are we doing? About a month ago I finished off reading this book by Mark Dice, Illuminati in the Music Industry. It's a very interesting book and talks about different artists and that. Some artists involved in the, in the Illuminati agenda kind of thing, and some artists that are against it as well. I'm going to read the back few pages, the conclusion. Comedian Chris Rock once said, "There's like a civil war going on with black people, and there's two sides. There's black people and there's," I'm not going to say it just in case if anybody gets offended, "and there's N, the N word. And N and N's have got to go. I love black people, but I hate the N word, the N people, boy. Oh, I hate N's. Boy, I wish they'd let me join Ku Klux Klan. I'd do a drive-by from here to Brooklyn." He was obviously talking about the kinds of rappers covered in this book, the kind of people who perpetuate the worst stereotypes about black people and those who get rich by promoting such stereotypes to their fans. Artists like Bob Marley, KRS-One, Chuck D, Kelly Clarkson, Carrie Underwood, Jessica Simpson and others give hope and provide good examples of musicians who can achieve tremendous success without selling their soul to Satan. Even though pop culture is awash with satanic slime, you can choose what to feed your mind. Don't download the music of the Illuminati posers. Don't include these artists on your playlists, and be sure to consciously pay attention to the content of the music you're listening to on a regular basis and turn off the trash as soon as you hear it so it doesn't sink into your mind. Realize how enormous multi-billion-dollar corporations do anything to milk money out of you, and they are promoting Illuminati idols to children who teach them to be disrespectful, as disrespectful, sexually promiscuous and as spiritually bankrupt as possible. Perhaps try listening to classical music or instrumentals and music without lyrics or words that guide your mind so it can operate freely, allowing you to listen to your subconscious or inner voice, or obviously, Christian music to uplift you, because whatever goes in the mind stays in for a time. Do you know what I mean? Famed media analyst and author of Amusing Ourselves to Death, Neil Postman, explains most people are not prepared to feel or even experience the music of Haydn, Bach or Mozart. That is to say, their hearts are closed or partially closed to the canon of Western music. There is, in short, something missing in the experience of our young. Music is, after all, information, and the control of information is a primary key to the Illuminati's power. Let's not forget that over 200 years ago, Illuminati founder Adam Weishaupt, I think that's how you pronounce it, wrote about taking over the schools and the newspapers in order to influence society and shape people's behaviour. We must win the common people in every corner. This will be obtained chiefly by means of the schools, he explained. Only a fool or a liar would, at this point, say that music doesn't influence the listeners' thought patterns, emotions and behaviour. And, as is the case with most mainstream music, that influence is far from enlightening. For those who still doubt that the media can and does encourage the audience to mimic what they see and hear, I'll refer you to the Bobo doll experiment that studied children's behaviour and aggression as a result of witnessing an adult punching a Bobo doll, an inflatable doll with a weight at its base that returns to its upright position after it is punched or kicked. The experiments simply demonstrated that after children witnessed someone punching the Bobo doll, they themselves were inclined to imitate that same behaviour, where before they had seen someone hit the doll, the children largely ignored it. The experiment demonstrated various aspects of social learning theory and observational learning, clearly showing that the children imitated behaviour they witnessed by hitting the doll themselves, or, as my grandpa used to say, monkey see, monkey do. A Senate committee in 1999 investigated violence and its influence on children and concluded far too many of our children are killing and harming others. This report identifies and begins to redress one of the principal causes of youth violence, media violence. This is 180 degrees opposed to what Michael Green said while he was president of the National Academy of Recording Arts and Sciences at the 2000 Grammys, as he tried to calm the controversy surrounding Eminem's nomination for Best Rap Album when he told the audience, "The arts solve teen violence. They are never the cause." James Fox, Dean of the Criminology Department at Northwestern University in Chicago, stated, "Murder is just not the taboo that it once was. A lot of that is television. Now kids have become desensitized. They'll rent movies and play their favourite scenes, often the most violent, over and over. What do you think the effect is on a kid when his first exposure to sex is a brutal rape scene? In 1984, George Orwell wrote about how the culture had become so rotten that nearly all children nowadays were horrible. They adored the party and everything connected with it. The songs, the processions, the banners, the hiking, the drilling with dummy rifles, the yelling of slogans, the worship of Big Brother. It was all a sort of glamorous game to them. Church of Satan founder Anton LaVey admitted the TV set or satanic family altar has grown more elaborate since the early 50s. From the tiny fuzzy screen to huge entertainment centres covering entire walls with several TV monitors. What started as an innocent respite from everyday life has become in itself a replacement for real life for millions, a major religion of the masses. Many Christians point to the Bible to explain our backwards society, in particular 2 Timothy, where it reads, "There will be terrible times in the last days. People will be lovers of themselves, lovers of money, boastful, proud, abusive, disobedient to their parents, ungrateful, unholy, without love, unforgiving, slanderous, without self-control, brutal, not lovers of the good, treacherous, rash, conceited, lovers of pleasure rather than lovers of God." As you arrive at the end of this book, I hope it has given you the evidence and facts to help you realise just how powerful music can be, and the disastrous consequences that can occur when this power is placed into the wrong hands. We must not sit by silent, as these demonic false idols and Illuminati puppies have their messages shouted from speakers around the world and injected into millions of minds through headphones and earbuds. We must publicly shame them and shame any TV shows or radio stations that support them. Get positive role models in your life or in your children's lives who have set an example of how big dreams may come true through hard work and dedication, without the need to compromise one's morals and integrity. Put your energy into something productive and positive, whether it's sports or other hobbies like singing, rapping, writing computer programs, painting, fixing cars, or simply being a good mom or a dad for your kids and making sure they can get the best wisdom, guidance and opportunities in life, so they won't make some of the same mistakes that perhaps you have made when you were younger. Family should always come first, and we must also defend the Constitution and our civil liberties, since they are under a constant threat from a tyrannical power, Hungary. Illuminati-controlled government that works hand in hand with a mainstream media monopoly machine to manage the masses. Idle hands are the devil's workshop, and energy focused in the wrong direction are.